Welcome to 52 Weeks of Hope. This is where you get to hear how to feel happy, balanced, and worthwhile, how to make that lonely ache vanish and feel empowered, confident, and secure. I'm Lauren Abrams, and I get to help you feel that magic again since going through my own dark night of the soul by chatting with incredible leaders, healers, and change agents who give you their message of hope after overcoming challenges of their own. And today is for all you type A, overworked, burnt out, overachieving mom. Are you feeling jealous of others, thinking they have it easier? Are you sick of doing for everyone else? Do you know you're meant for something greater? I've got you. Listen right now as I give you the easiest secret solving your life problem. Maybe you already know it, but forgot. You get to achieve the life you deserve and stay there, feeling fulfilled and full of joy. Remember when you loved being with friends and being happy? Just enjoying your life? You get to be there again. Welcome to 52 Weeks of Hope. All right, I'm going to give you 3 stories. Let me know which person you wish you were, or just think about which of these people do you wish you were right now. First, this entrepreneurial mom. She's living the lavish life right now in Mexico. All her needs are met. She's super successful running this business from down there. She can hike whenever she wants to. She has great food with a private chef. The food's all grown right there in a garden. She's got the works, and her business is super successful, right? So she's down there in Mexico, living it up down there. Second scenario. These are real life stories, by the way. This is a CEO of a tech company. This mom, she has a private plane. She lives up in Silicon Valley in that general area. She's got another amazing lifestyle, the kind you read about. She has it all too. So she's running a tech company up there and has it all. Third one is a mom. She has a similar story to John Hugh, whose episode released last week, where she worked her butt off, got the dream job she always wanted at Goldman Sachs. She's making a ton of money, and she saw it wasn't working for her. She looked around. Nobody seemed happy. She didn't want that life. And so she went to Stanford Business School. She started her own business. She's making a bunch of money. And so that's her story. Which of those scenarios sounds best to you? I don't know if there's 1, 2, or 3 that sounds particularly good, or if the third one sounds that different. But what I'm going to tell you about all 3 is none are happy. Each of these people, the tech mom is lonely. She's at the top. She feels like there's no one she can talk to because she keeps reaching for more, and she's got to get to that next rung, and she's trying to hold on to what she has. And she's just lonely where she's at. She has no real friends anymore. And yeah, she kind of wants out. She just feels like, okay, I've made it this far, and she doesn't want to be there anymore. There's other things that she feels like she's really called here to do. And she seemingly has made it. She doesn't have time for her kids. She doesn't have friends she can really talk to, like the truth anymore. The entrepreneurial mom, I'm going to get to what it is that she forgot. She forgot what it is that the one in Mexico, like there's one more thing she has to do, one more thing she has to do. She can't even enjoy her time down there because she's too busy. She's not enjoying her kids, her lifestyle, or even being there. And this tech mom, the mom that worked at Goldman Sachs and then saw that wasn't happening. And so then she went to Stanford, and then she started her own business. She's way too busy to even enjoy the fact that she has her own business. All of these moms, and probably if you're listening and drawn to this, you too, it's that busyness. There's always one more thing to do, always one more thing to learn. And really what it is, that I get it. I so get it. I raised my kids as a single mom, and I was busy. But what I had to do, and this is where I learned it a long time ago, the answers are in the pause. It's always in the pause. And I love on John Hughes' episode when he said, but how do you have time to meditate? And we actually took some breaths during that episode. And he's taking 2 weeks and going to Bali because you have to recharge. It's the whole thing. If you don't take a breath yourself, how are you ever going to give to anyone else? So when I was raising my kids on my own, I had full custody, and I'm running my practice, and I'm volunteering in these different areas and giving back all the time, that I would go a few times a year, and I had to. I'd take long weekends, pay somebody, watch my kids, and I would just breathe. And it's where I learned to meditate and take that time, because it's in the breath and in that pause that answers emerge. We don't have to. You don't have to work like that. And I know that for a fact. And you may be saying, oh, Lauren, you don't understand. I actually do, but I understand if you're not ready to hear that. It's fine. It's okay. You get to create the life that you want. You don't have to run and give, because if you don't take care of yourself, there's nothing to give. There's a woman in I have been in a group of international mindfulness meditation teachers, and there's a woman who had a stroke, which keeps me so grateful. I'm so grateful that I can move all of my limbs and all of that. It just keeps me super grateful that giving, if we don't take care of our health and our body and all of that, there's nothing left to give. We're so depleted. And I promise you, if you're happy, your kids are happy. They read all of that. They know exactly where you're at. So if you take that time right now just to breathe in and breathe out and close your eyes, not if you're driving. I mean, I know I listen to podcasts when I'm doing something else. It is the multitasking thing. I mean, that's what's so great about podcasting. But instead of listening to podcasts about learning something new, which of course I do the same thing, but to be reminded of the pause, that is where the answers lie. But in that pause, what lights you up? What brings you joy? What do you love to do? Because that is what you need to take time to do. That's what's so important. If you love going out and going for a walk, taking a hike, doing whatever, 10 minutes without any electronics, it is an amazing thing. That's where answers come. And I mean, it's why so many good ideas come in the shower, because you don't have any electronics with you. Hopefully you don't. So going out for a walk for that 10 minutes and walk in a different direction. That's why they say brushing your teeth with your other hand. If you're right-handed, brush your teeth with your left hand. Doing something in a different way, it creates new neural pathways, and you're firing different brain chemistry. So it just starts a whole different way of thinking. So taking a breath, taking a pause is a way to really get to your own truth. There's two best ways to do that. So if you're burnt out and you feel like, I don't want to do this anymore, but you're not sure what it is you want to do, the two simplest ways to get to that truth for you, your truth, are to take the pause and just get quiet. Even if you just sit and set a timer, I don't want to say SIRI, but I can do that and say, set that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you're able to. Start with 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and just in breath, out breath. Just concentrate on your in breath and your out breath. And you can say, ask the universe, what is it that I want to do? The other way to do this, by the way, is to journal right at the top of the page, handwrite. That's a way straight from your heart to the paper. I know everyone hates handwriting, but if you handwrite, what is it that will fill me up? What do I really want to do? And just write on one page, write one paragraph. What do I really want to do? You get to create the life that you want. You can work 3 days a week and make the same amount of money or more than you're making right now. You really can. You can create whatever life you want. And if you're going to tell me, Lauren, you don't understand, you don't have to believe me, but try it. Try it. What do you really want to do? You can create that life. Do you want to work in an office with other people? Do you want to work alone? I talked to somebody on one of the confidence and clarity boost sessions that I do. They're 15, 20-minute sessions. She wants to work outside, but with other people. She's doing it. I mean, that's what we get to do. You get to write it out. It might not happen tomorrow. It might be that Atomic Habits, the James Clear book that I'm reading now, we do small habits in small increments. He suggests 2 minutes. Do something for 2 minutes, whatever increments for habit stacking you want to do. But really, first you have to write what it is that you want your life to look like, so that you're not this burnt out person and you can be happy in it. Remember when you enjoyed your friends and your kids lit you up and made you happy, and maybe you have or had a partner and you really like that person too. And if you're not liking that person right now, write a gratitude list to that person. To write them a list, and you can do it for you, of everything you're grateful for about. Just make a list for you of everything that you're grateful for. And by the time I know for me, by the time I write a list of everything I'm grateful for with Scott, I'm like, oh, he's so great. So when I'm annoyed, I just make a list of everything I'm grateful for. And then I'm reminded of, oh yeah, I mean, life's short and life's in session. This is your life. You don't get we don't get a redo. This is the time. So to not actually do what it is that you feel like you're called and created here to do, and to go, oh, I'll do that when my kids are older, or I'll do it when this happens or that happens, or somebody else told you you're supposed to be doing what you're doing now and you don't like it. This is your life. It's not there. Do what it is. That's what John Hugh was talking about, that he did what he thought he was supposed to do by going to Goldman Sachs, and then he tried a VC firm, and then he went to Stanford Business School. He didn't like any of it, and nobody around him looked happy. Now he's doing what he loves, and he just started by, during the pandemic, helping people with their resumes of the way he got into a good school and doing what he was, and then he started Stand Store for entrepreneurs, so they could do what they wanted to do. I love his story. Anyway, and you can do whatever it is that you want to do too. When I started my own law firm, I had no intention of it. And my friend Lisa said, she goes, you should start your own practice. I said, I won't know what I'm doing. She said, no one does. And I did 25 years later. Now I started podcasting, and I just started. I figured anyway, it doesn't matter. Like whatever it is you want to do, just do it. Nobody's paying that much attention, I promise. And after a while, you'll see you find other people that are doing what it is you're doing in that space, and they help you. Everyone wants to help you. Once you start taking direction and action in the direction of your dreams, the universe rises up to meet you. It just does. That's what happens. I met all these fabulous podcasters, and everyone's so nice, and they all want to help. And then just like when I started my law practice, I met all these amazing people that helped me. And I got to give back in the same space too. And just like I do here, like you give back once you arrive, and in what it is that you're doing, you get to mentor others and be of service in so many different ways. Just like if you're a mom, this high achieving, overachieving mom, you naturally gravitate and help other moms that are having the similar problems of things that you've worked through, be it helping kids go to sleep at night or stop breastfeeding, whatever it is, all those things that seem so hard way back when, or when your kids go to college. Nobody told me about that. So I'm always saying, okay, when your first kid goes to college, I was devastated for 6 months. Nobody told me about that. All I ever heard about was the empty nest syndrome. And I hope this helped. So instead of adding to your to-do list, take that minute, take that breath, take the pause. You are entitled to it. You're allowed to do it. And this is your reminder. Take a breath, hold it, breathe out. And there's a 4, 4, and 4. I don't know if you know that, or if you ever heard that, one of those episodes where you breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it, breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 4, hold it, breathe out for 4. And you do that 4 times. And if you're having a really strong emotion, breathe into it. Did you know feelings only last for 5 minutes? So I can do anything for 5 minutes. So I want to lean into them. It's the stories we tell associated with those feelings. So yeah, so breathing into feelings is how we get through them. Don't try to be busy and not feel them, because that comes out in trauma in some other way. It's really important that you feel your feelings and you can breathe into them. Breath is very important. That make sure you're breathing. The busyness, it isn't healthy. So I don't know if I got that through enough, but it's not health though. I'm here. I would love DM me on Instagram. Email me back. I send out weekly emails. And if you're not on the email list, you can just go to 52weeksofhope.com and you can get on the email list there. If you want a confidence and clarity boost session, I would love to do that with you. They're free. They're easy. And you can go to 52weeksofhope.com and sign up for one there. Remember, your answer lies in your pause. That's where the answers emerge, when you take the time to pause. One other thing I want to say, that I know you feel undervalued. We all nobody's going to value you as much as you do. Nobody's going to pay attention to how much you do like you do. And I was told nobody's going to care about my podcast as much as I do. Things like that. Nobody's going to care about your work as much as you do. So take care of you. It's so funny. When I Googled something about the overachieving mom, it gave lists of things to do for it. It gives more lists. Everything gives more lists and more things to do. Breathe, pause. You don't need to look up things to do. Take care of yourself. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode and take with you the messages of self-compassion, pause, and being true to yourself. There's such great messages to take into your week ahead. Be sure to tune in next week for a special episode on the 5 biggest lessons on how to improve your life and move your life forward. It's super insightful with a lot of great tips for your daily life. Nothing overwhelming or that you have to take notes on. It's just really easy listening and it's insightful. You'll love this episode next week. This episode has been brought to you by Magic Mind. It's the world's first productivity drink, and I've been drinking it every morning for a couple months now. It definitely keeps me focused, more creative. And it's really easy. You don't have to mix anything. You don't have to go to a store. They send it to you. You just drink these little bottles every morning. It's all natural and it's got nootropics and adaptogens. And anyway, all the ingredients are completely natural. It's called Magic Mind and you have better recall. They're sponsoring this podcast. There's a link in the show notes underneath the description. So just go to magicmind.co, not .com, magicmind.co/Hope Lauren, and you get 50% off your subscription for the next 10 days with my code Hope Lauren. The stuff's really good. It works. If you're enjoying the podcast, share the love and tell 2 of your friends. And also don't forget at 52weeksofhope.com, you can go there to sign up for free confidence and clarity boost session. I'm Lauren Abrams. Thanks for listening.